Okay, let's begin. So, as usual, right? I want to remind everyone of the purpose of this session. So, Melvin, can you tell me in your own words, like what's the purpose of this session? How does it benefit you all?
We continue improving on our weakness and to make sure that the strengths that we have, we capitalize on it.
Very true. Then, okay, how does it help the students?
Students will like your lessons more, and they will tend to for your class. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Question/announcement. So, have you all done watching the How to Revise O-Level YouTube videos from last Thursday that I assigned?
Yep, I watched already.
Yeah.
All right, good. So that is very useful in case students ever ask you about tips or advice, which they often do during this period. I'm going to go through my feedback from the past week of lessons that students, let's see what they said. Okay, so they said, continue explaining all the words and definitions. So I'm going to keep this in mind when I rehearse lessons. I did the last Wednesday, right? I converted it to online only. And so the Zoom people felt like, wow, so much engagement compared to my usual hybrid lessons. Okay. So see, Melvin, this is the strength that you can give that the rest of us don't have. So make them feel like that in your Zoom lessons. Yeah. So then also, if in this period, if they cannot come for Wednesday physically, I will convert to online again. Yeah, because O-level exams. Okay, then they said continue with our small drawings. So even if in my rehearse document I don't have the small drawing, right? But then you feel like, oh, a lot of people are maybe confused at what exactly you're talking about, then you can add a small drawing in. So in this upcoming lesson, there was a small drawing where I was like, I'll let it be optional for the tutor. So like you can choose whether you want to draw it in or not, whether it's appropriate for the students if they need it. Then also recapping content while going through questions, they like it, which it's inbuilt into the rehearsal document. They actually appreciate the stories. Maybe not everyone, but some do, because I saw someone say they love the story this week. So let's keep it coming. And for you, don't need to copy my story. Just add in your own story anywhere throughout or a joke. Plan it, and it can be just a personal story. Like it can be completely unrelated to the lesson. I don't care. As long as it's something interesting. Okay, Chelsea, if you were to put in such a story, right? Just imagine it. What do you think the benefits would be?
They will feel more comfortable with me.
Yeah, what else?
If they're more comfortable, then I guess they will voice out like the opinions more. Yeah.
Very true, right? Then see all these things about how we can improve. If they don't tell us the truth, then our rate of improvement will be super, super slow. Yeah. So that will help you improve faster. And maybe also they would, in terms of the subject bio, they might be more comfortable with asking you and like being vulnerable about, actually, I really don't understand this thing. Like they won't put up the front. Then we can actually help them improve their grades better. So it even links to their grades improving. So let's continue. Oh, sorry, this is not for Wednesday, it was for Friday. Someone said they had high energy. Okay, that's good. Because I always felt tired during my physical lesson time. So I don't know why. I'm always sabotaged by I don't know, dark forces during my lessons. I always feel no energy, I have to fight. Do you guys have this problem? Do you have like, actually during lessons, I'm normal? Or maybe you're higher energy than normal? Anyone have this problem? Melvin, during your lessons, how do you feel?
Actually, for me, it's a point that I want to say later for my own comments, which is I felt like for the Sunday lesson that I took over your time slot, I felt like I have more energy as compared to my own lessons. So not sure if it's because it's in the day as compared to mine, which is at night. So like I could feel the enthusiasm and the more. It's just that not that my unusual class don't have, but it's just like you can feel it more. Yeah.
Is it also because got more people?
Probably also. I'm not sure, but I feel that maybe it's because it's in the day also. Yeah. Or maybe because just nice before that class, I was teaching at another tuition center. So it's like the continuous engagement, that kind of thing. Like, like you warm up already, right? Then just nice you have that additional enthusiasm. Yeah.
Okay. So you can think about choosing a time slot that fits your biology better. And I also noticed that about the nighttime, daytime thing, which is why I have a light in my room if I'm teaching at home. Yeah, and so that it doesn't feel so dark. Quite significantly bright light. Okay, next one. So there was this student who said this like, oh, lesson is better than most other tuitions I've joined. Yeah, of course, because most other tuitions are pretty trash and they don't put much effort. We cannot fall into that category, in that trap. We cannot just be another tuition center. So how to make sure we are better than others? Follow the principles that we use. Okay, for one, analogies. That is one of our secret weapons. Actually just doing the basic stuff consistently. So if they ask a question, we try and reply within 24 hours. If we are not sure of something, we go and find out the actual answer and then we give them the right thing. Yeah, so just doing the basic stuff well and consistently, we become better than others already. Then with extra engagement and analogies, asking them lots of small questions, that's how we further differentiate ourselves to give them a better experience. So we have a proven method. Follow it and you'll find success. Hey, then my own thoughts this week. I think I told you all this last week already, so I'm gonna skip this, okay? Basically, if you wear nice, you will feel good when you teach. Okay, to improve, I need to plan. This is from last lesson. Let's see whether like I fixed it. So I need to plan less content. No, I failed this again because the last lesson it was a bit too much. Then this week though, I believe it won't be a problem. I am rehearsing the lesson right now, almost done. More student answer analysis. So I'm putting in a few this week, even though there's only one student who submitted, which is understandable. This period, they're all like mugging other subjects. Okay, then do a better job of class management that, hey, we are here to be serious, but at the same time, cannot be so dead until like it's school. So yeah, that's tomorrow. I'm gonna try that. Okay, then feedback from the past week. Someone said cover more OEQs, right? Honestly, we have too much already. So here's my interpretation of this. They actually just want to explain more thoroughly. I need to show them the thought process more thoroughly. Okay, and for that, right, not all of it would be in my inkings in the rehearse. A lot of them I would write very little, but I might elaborate a lot on it. So you have to watch my lesson recording. I mean, all of you do that when you are seeing how to explain open-ended questions. I'm guessing you also copy how I say it in my lesson. If true, you can just thumbs up. Chelsea got different. Okay, so another issue I did was I forgot to tell some students to fill in the form before some of them started leaving. So like they already got up. Then I was like, hey, wait, guys, I forgot to tell you. Then, they're like, okay, but they never filled in the form. So that was why for that Friday, right? I got so many online people fill in the form, but physical only one person fill in the form. Okay, so that's for mine. And just a reminder that why we all go through this for each person's is because I'm reminding myself when I go through mine, but also y'all are learning from the other person's strengths and weaknesses. Okay, Melvin, your turn.
For me, right, generally the most common people, like a lot of people is mentioning that I did well was the analogies. It was very clear and easy to understand. And the fact that it's also some people said, but the appropriate speed one is like quite how to say?
Subjective.
Yeah. So initially when I first started the lesson, what happened was that I was like a lot of energy. And because I know that that lesson got a lot of content that I need to do. So I can feel myself going faster than my normal classes. That's the speed. Then halfway during the class, I realized that some people DM me and they say that Cher, can slow down, you're a bit too fast. Then I'm like, oh hey, wow, I'm moving fast. Okay, interesting. So I actually slow down. Then after another person, now that I see the feedback for it, in which that one is under the red segment, right? Is that some people say that I'm too slow. So I'm like, okay. So I am also like quite hard to get, because like some people say that too fast, some people say too slow, then some people say okay. So this kind of speed now I think a bit subjective. Yeah. And
my response to that, right, is always err on the side of going a little bit fast. It's better than being too slow and ending late.
Yeah. But the problem is because I received some feedback during the lesson itself that say I was going too fast. So I slow down a bit. Then now that I see the feedback from some people say I'm too slow, then I'm like, okay. Yeah. Then they say that the diagrams and the graph, drawing the diagrams, they were quite good. Yeah.
What does this mean, by the way? Compliments to an answer.
Like when they type in their responses, I will like shout out their names. So if there's like 10 people that send, right, I will share off 10 of their names. And I think they like that lah.
And like because they're being recognized.
Yeah, and also like some people say that when they ask questions, I was quick in replying their queries, and in which I quite like. They say they quite like that. And like in the case where, let's say, I do not have time during class to explain, then I will like either after class I will like ask them, okay, do you still need this question? Then I'll explain, or while they are copying, then I'll talk about their questions, so that we don't waste time, or like won't be like awkward when they are copying. Yeah.
If they're copying and you teach something, right, the downside is that they may ignore what you're saying or to ignore copying.
Mm,
So what I do when they're copying, right, is I just type in Zoom to that person who asked. Because that way I won't like be distracting the rest.
Oh, well, my personal take is because the person asked for the question, right? So it's more
Mhm.
convenient for me to just say out the person's queries, because some people is they never do, so they will need more time to copy. Some of them they do already, but they just need to check their answers. So once they finish their answers, they do the like very short pointers on how they got it right or whatever that they got wrong. Their corrections already, right? Then they can listen also. So that was what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Then it can like benefit more people, so that because who knows that other people may have this same question. So yeah, at least that's
True.
what I feel. Yeah.
Just keep in mind how their attention might be split. So here's what I do, okay? If I think this one is just a specific person that needs it, I'll just type. But if I think everyone needs it, I'll wait for them. Then I'll say, okay, I want to address this question and tell everyone. Yeah, so I'll do it like after they've done copying. Okay, let's go on to this one.
My
Too little time.
the second one is the tone and energy. So that one
you mentioned.
I mentioned earlier.
Oh,
Then
very good.
yeah, my personal opinion for this week was that maybe can include the Kahoot question in the lesson pages instead of like, you know, creating a separate document to send to them for the Kahoot. Yeah.
Okay, the separate document, right, actually just contains the question and answers. It doesn't contain the... Oh, wait, I see. You're trying to say include in the...
Yeah,
Cannot,
correct.
because if we do this, then the next time slots, right, we'll just cheat. They'll see the questions in advance, then they'll cheat. Then the winning people will say, hey, not fair already. Yeah. So we want to prevent the cheating.
Oh,
But
okay.
when you said this, I had a thought, which is I should put my Kahoot annotations
Yeah, correct.
in
Actually, that
the
was what
rehearse.
correct. That's my concern also. Yeah.
Okay, let me type that now for things to improve. Lesson pages document include Kahoot rankings for those hard questions if that needed. Okay, so back to this one to improve change now.
Sorry, for the Kahoot one, right? So that means you won't be putting the questions in the lesson pages.
No.
Okay, but your annotations, you'll be including it.
In the rehearse document, yeah, for just the hard questions that needs like drawings. If you
Okay.
want to see the questions, right, just go in my Kahoot account. It will be there already.
Okay.
Which one?
Okay. This one is the 2 weeks ago one, because last week I don't have any negative feedback. So the 2 weeks ago they said about more analogies, more fun, more funny, and that the jokes can be planned, and the ending on time one. So for this week, the ending on time one is like really, really very tough because the content was like really, really a lot. And like my initial pace was fast, then I slowed down after that. So it caused the delay in time. Yeah. Or else if it's originally my fast pace,
no problem.
Yeah. Then for the more fun energies one, I did improve for this week. Not sure if it's because of the energy level during the day. Yeah, so maybe that was why the enthusiasm, the energy is better. So it makes the atmosphere more lively. At least that's to me lah.
When do you end, by the way, for the lesson?
5:15, 20, around there.
So start at 5 exactly? 5 sharp?
No, like we ended at around 5:15, 5:20.
Then when you start?
I start at 3 because I saw that a lot of people
3
came in.
exactly.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people came in, then I just straight away start already. Yeah.
So yeah, I know when there's too much content, which I understand if it stretches to like 10 minutes, but 15, 20 minutes is yeah, they'll start getting like then some people will be like, man, I need to go for something.
Yeah. Then for this week's lesson, right, because there's so much content, right, I asked them that, are you okay to
Good.
to have the like not have any breaks? Then all of them say, I don't need a break, let's go on. I want to end class early or like end class earlier. Then I'm like, okay.
Okay. So I'm glad that you asked. And also sometimes I'll tell them at the start, today will be very intense because I have so much stuff. And sometimes I'll say, I might even end a bit late. So just tell your parents if they're going to pick you up for physical class. I'll say, tell them to come 10 minutes later than usual. And at the end, right, for there was one define evolution activity. So I asked the Friday people, are you okay that we take like a few more minutes to do this activity? Then they were like, yes, like most were saying yes with their heads. So I was like, okay, that means they allow me to end it. I think that's a good practice. We ask our students whether they want to end it or not. Yeah, so I think this is important, the most important thing. Yeah, then this one, fill in the blank chances before saying answer. I think this because you went very fast, right? Because of time.
Correct.
So you just didn't ask them.
Yeah, because that lesson was like, for me, is like a lot of pressure because like I need to faster do and try to hit the time. Yeah.
Mm.
So mainly is the planning of the lessons is a bit too much. I feel like that lesson was one of the most jam-packed lesson I've ever had, I
Wow.
feel. Yeah.
Okay. Just remember, you don't need to say everything. You can sacrifice. Ask yourself what's less important.
Actually, I sacrificed quite a lot already.
Wow. That means that in your explanations, within your explanation, maybe you got 5 sentences, right? You need to sacrifice maybe 2 or 1 or 2. You have to ask yourself what is actually important to say. Like in fact, like right now in this meeting, I'm also doing that. Like some things I am just skipping past. I'm going faster because I also care about your time. Okay, so on that note, let's go down. Too much content, I agree. When I rehearse, okay, later when I finish this, right, I'm gonna continue rehearsing. I'll go through and I'll try and delete stuff, okay? So I make it even less content. Okay, got it. Okay. So this means the showing the thought process for OAQ, is it?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. That's what people was asking.
Do you think it's because you didn't say the same things that I said when I was going through my lesson? Maybe you sacrifice some of the thought process when explaining the question?
Actually, I don't think so. I don't think so. The things that I'm supposed to cover, the main things, the main G's, I didn't sacrifice those. Yeah.
Okay, then I will, when I rehearse also later, I think this lesson already has more than last lesson. So yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna fulfill the student's wish.
Okay.
Okay, Chelsea, your turn.
Okay. There was only one student that gave feedback.
Yeah,
And
answer.
it was just like one piece of good feedback, which is the concept maps were helpful. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, where is the last week's one? So when we copy over the document, the last week's summary of the top 3 should still be there.
Oh, okay. I copy over now very quickly.
Can. Oh, then Melvin. Okay, wait, sorry, Chelsea, my bad. Because we only have that for the improve part. Okay, sorry, please ignore. Continue,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. So okay, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, my bad.
Right, on to my own thoughts. Like same as Melvin, I had to go like a bit fast for the class. And like I let them know at the start. Like, okay, like today there's a lot of questions to cover. So I will go a bit more quickly, but like make sure to like sound out if you have any questions. Yeah, then like I think throughout every like big chunk of like explanation, I will like keep asking like, oh, does everyone understand? Is everyone clear? Yeah. So I think that was
good.
yeah, that was okay. And then yeah, like what I mentioned just now, like there were 2 new students. So I think maybe like the first half felt like a bit awkward. Yeah, but I think towards the end it was okay. Yeah. Because it was a
Before
very
the
small.
class started, could you talk to them?
The 2 new students were late.
Okay. Oops.
Yeah.
And I see.
And I think because of the change in the classroom
location.
also. Yeah, because I had to like go out and like find them and like bring them into the classroom. Yeah.
Very good that you found them and managed to continue. Okay, then this one, right? This is from last lesson, writing bigger and going slower to the end of lesson. All right. So, what do you think about this lesson? Did you fix the?
I think the speed I think I went faster, but I tried to keep a consistent pace. Yeah.
Okay. Then the
So
bigger.
I would say that yeah, the second point I did improve on it. But for the first point, first it's like always the same student giving the same feedback, which is Victoria. Then for this lesson, yeah, for this lesson she was online.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did like make a conscious effort to try to like zoom
Just
in
zoom
more.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. Just zoom in more to whatever I'm
Right.
writing. And I guess like for this week the TV is very near.
Yes.
So don't really have that problem. Yeah.
Hey. Then your thoughts and then okay, you already told me this. Okay, we already went through this.
Yeah.
Move on. Okay, how has replying students' questions on WhatsApp been this week? For me, I've gotten almost no questions this week. I'm like, wow, this is insane. So happy. But I know it'll be terrible sooner when it's near 4th November. Then they will spam us. But so how has it been for you?
Yeah, I also didn't receive
Chelsea?
any questions.
Melvin?
Same for me also.
Okay, Melvin, you have 2 questions to reply. I have already said the answer here. And I was like, I can reply them because they are my original Sunday slot, right, people? But then I don't want to reply. If I reply them, it will be like as if it's kind of undermining your credibility. It's like, oh, that person say wrong lah. This is the right answer. So I'd rather it be you yourself say to my students. So one is Mincy, one is Emily. Yeah, okay. You got their contact or not?
I don't have.
Okay, I'm gonna send you now. Very fast. Give me 5 seconds. Okay, I sent you. Emily Heng. Yeah, that's her. Okay, back here. Yeah, so Melvin, do whatever you need to do to. Okay, never mind. I know you'll be reminded because when you see my WhatsApp, you'll be reminded. All right. Then, Okay. Any content clarifications that you want to ask?
Not for me.
Yeah, I don't
Chelsea?
have any as well.
Okay, last one. Do you all have any questions for clarifications? and you have immunity against being called dumb here. Like how Melvin asked about the Kahoot pages thing.
Actually, I have one question. So,
Yeah.
like, there was a new student that joined, right? And I'm having his welcome interview like tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So I read through his like Google Form response, right? And actually, like his past exams, he get A1 really. And then yeah, like for the answer to like, oh, why he need join tuition, right? He was like, to be frank, I just need to access the CAQs.
Lol. Okay, let me
Yeah, so
find.
it's the Abdul.
Abdul.
Yeah.
I'm checking.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think
I'm
I just
reading.
wanted to ask like cause I think I agree that the resources that like the students get, right, is really very valuable. But I guess for students like that, what's like is it very common for like students to just like maybe just sign up for one lesson or like 1 month? Then once like they download all the resources really, then they just quit.
It is quite rare. Like I
Mhm.
have most people, they stay, even if initially they're attracted by the resources, because they think that all they need is the resources, right? But then once they realize like all the tremendous benefits, like you can WhatsApp your tutors, you can like get actually good teaching, you can understand bio actually instead of in school. Then they're like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. I shall stay. So actually, you see this him, right, Abdul, and he says, I do find myself having to try very hard to maintain my grades. So he wants to make his life easier. So that is the reason, like that's the answer to your question. Because you're like, is he just joining for this one thing? But no, he says it's very hard to maintain. He's like struggling to maintain it. He wants his life to be easier. So everything in the student experience makes his life easier. The teaching, the answer, you can ask your student tutor, all the different resources other than the CAQs.
Okay.
Yeah, and people who get high grades, right? In the interview, always ask them, oh, not bad. So, what do you do to make it that great? And do you feel like that was a very easy paper? Because often when people get A1 in prelims, often it's because their school did a easy paper. Then ask them, do your classmates get the same? Or most people like much lower grades, then you can tell. And usually, and then I can even ask this sometimes, like if you see that their grades are consistently A1, right, or A2, or even the past grades, because we always ask them, okay, EOY, what do you get? WA1, WA2, what do you get? And if it's consistently high, then I'll always ask them, okay, so then why do you feel you actually need to join tuition? Then they will give you the real answer. Yeah. Chelsea reminded to tell him that there's our TYS answers to use ours.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Okay, this one is phrased in a way that this is why he needs to join tuition, but it's not the only reason. Like it's not phrased as this the only reason. Yeah. So I have had students who just wanted the resources, right? And for those, they will actually ask, like, can I just buy the resources? So it's not this guy is not the case.
Okay. But in the event, let's say like there's a student that's like that in the future, like usually how do you like navigate this kind of situation?
It will go through me first because all the students when they sign up, right? Like my assistant uses my WhatsApp to message them back and forth until they get like the payment done. Then you are given them, because at this tuition center, we want to take away all your admin work as much as possible. So we did all that already. So if they wanted just the notes, right, they would have been stopped in that process already before they reach you.
Okay. Understand.
And okay, let's say even if next year, right, next batch, there's someone who just joins for 1 month for the sake of just getting the notes, then they leave, right? They still paid us a significant amount. And okay, if they only want to just 1 month, right? Okay, sure. Like we're still happy because we still got a significant payment from them. Yeah. And you're still gonna get paid for that student when you teach them for that month. Yeah. It's like we're not losing anything, even if they do that sneaky move.
Okay. So like when I'm the last part of the interview is always like me recommending, what they should do. Right? So I guess his case is just number one is like telling him to access our TYS answers.
Correct.
Then like practicing more
CAQs. Yeah. Yep. And then more exposure to open-ended questions.
Okay.
He can purposely go to the yes.
Okay.
He can purposely go to the prelim papers to find hard application questions to practice in our resources.
Okay.
Melvin, any like suggestions or feedback so I can help y'all do your job better other than the add the Kahoot in games for hard questions? Okay. Chelsea?
No.
Okay, see y'all next week. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.